Dude, play something. Shut your mouth up, Josh. You pussy. Play the game. Hey, why don't you go adjust your New Balance shoes? Your fat ankles.
How's that character the same person as this?
Hey guys, I'm probably going, who's this guy in front of the camera? I've never seen his face. I don't know his voice. He's got a shaved head.
For those of you that don't know, that is Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. He's the largest gamer in the world, and he teaches us a very important lesson to financial freedom. And that lesson is a secret hack that I found years ago, about 15 years ago, when I began really studying behavioral finance. And in today's video, I'm going to reveal to you what that secret is, and most importantly, how you can take advantage of it to become financially free and a lot happier. With that being said, let's jump into it. Now, to be clear, this isn't some like get rich quick scheme or some trading secret or anything like that. This is about financial freedom. And those of you that are new to the channel, we talk about two types of financial freedom for young professionals. Both tangible financial freedom, which is like dollars and cents, tips and tricks you can do between like investing and student loans and that type of stuff. But more importantly, we also talk about intangible financial freedom. How do you mentally think about money? And that's extremely important, because if you don't mentally think about money correctly, then you can never have tangible financial freedom and have dollars and cents. And that's what this video is all about. How do we mentally think about money? Specifically, it's all about character building. What does that mean, and how do we use it? And most importantly, how do we develop it to get to financial freedom? Now, first things first, I want you to understand life is a movie. You're a character in that movie. Some of us develop that character consciously, and those of you that do that are financially free. Most of us go through life unconsciously developing that character and tend to be financially miserable. So stop and think about that. Think about yourself and look at yourself in a third point of view, as though you're somebody else, looking at your character. What would your character currently say to that person? And when you start looking at it from that point of view, you can start to shape that character to benefit you financially. So using Dr. Disrespect as an example, Dr. Disrespect is, as you can think about it, is disrespectful. He's very brash, very arrogant, very loud. And Guy Beam is the complete opposite. As you saw in that video clip, he is shy, he's reserved, and I can vouch for that. I've known Guy since high school. Now, I haven't talked to him since I moved to Texas a few years ago and he moved to SoCal. But I always laugh when I see him in that character, Dr. Disrespect, because he is so different. But I also know that he combined a number of different character traits into that character. Because Guy's always been funny. He loves entertaining people, and he loves video games. And so that's the character that he created, because he loves doing it. And it's directly affected his bottom line in terms of financials. Now, let's look at your character. Again, your current character that you're portraying to the world, and how does this affect you financially outside of like Dr. Disrespect's gaming world? Let's just say you're in a corporate job and you're very timid. That's your character, timid, shy, you talk low. Well, when it comes to raises and promotions, you're probably going to get looked over relative to your colleague who has a character that's assertive and boisterous and in your boss's face all the time. They're probably going to get the promotion before you are. Again, here's another one. If you're in healthcare, and I see this all the time. What if you are trying to give lifestyle advice to a patient, but you are visibly unhealthy yourself? Do you think that patient's going to listen to you no matter how brilliant you are? The chances are no, because your character says unhealthy. Your character subconsciously tells that other person, that patient, not to listen to you. And I want you to sit down and say, what is my current character? And do I want it to be that, or do I need to change it? And I'm going to walk through with you 5 key core components and exactly how to develop this character over a 3, 6, 9, 12 month time frame that will completely change your life. Hey guys, real quick, if you're still watching this video, it's because you're getting value from it. We enjoy making these videos, and when you subscribe to the channel, it helps us grow, which allows us to keep making more and more videos. So if you get a chance, please hit the subscribe button. With that being said, let's jump back into the video. And I'm going to give you another example of why this is so important with people that we see every day that don't consciously develop their character and how they struggle. Look at athletes. Look at armed forces individuals. Athletes, professional athletes, their entire lives. They have played sports. That is their character. Once they're done playing, most of them will tell you how they feel lost, how they don't know what to do in life, because that is their character. They have to create a new character. Let it be a broadcasting person, or they go into a trade, or whatever it is. They have to change that character. Same thing with the armed forces. They're used to fighting and training. But when they're not doing that anymore, they have a hard time transitioning into civilian life, because their character for so long has been something else. That's why this stuff is so important. You have to consciously develop it. So doing it one core component at a time is the start. You do that for 30 days, and once you have a good piece of that, then you go into saying, okay, well, what about my family? What do I want to do there? Like, how often and how engaged do I want to be with my children? What does that look like? My relationships with my spouse, my friends, my family, what does that look like? My persona, how do I have my hair? How do I have my clothes? What does my character dress like? And again, you have to give those things a reason why. And if you do that, the first step for 30 days, just one, and then add in those other core components over a 2, 3, 4 month span, then over like a 6 to 12 month span, your life will completely change. And here are cool 2 secrets about this knowledge of character building. First, the fifth core component is money. I always tell people, do that one last. And the reason being is, if you get those first 4 core components down, a lot of your mindset around money completely shifts, because your character now has defined 4 other key things in life that are more important than money. And money will then come to match that form of life. And I'll give you some example. When I do this exercise with a number of people, they'll start off and say, well, I want money because I want to buy a huge house and a car and this and that and all this other stuff. And by the time they get to the money aspect, they don't want those things anymore, because their character doesn't think it's important. You see, the unconscious character thought that that was financial freedom and important. But that's the unconscious character. When you start developing your own character, you start to realize that some of those things may still fit in, some don't. Maybe your character wears nice suits. Maybe they don't. Maybe your character has a really nice car for some reason. Some don't. But money, you'll learn, will come afterwards. And that's one of the things that, like, Dr. Disrespect taught me. Guys that I know that play professional sports, they were so into their character and they loved that character and doing what they loved to do, that the money part then came afterwards. So that's one secret outcome of this character building, is that the money aspect may change and how you perceive it and what's important. That's the first secret. The second one is that you're going to be a lot happier, because that character, you've consciously defined how you want to live and you gave it a reason why. And because you're consciously now going through life, you get to dictate what you want to do and what you want to be like. And you're not letting other forces control you anymore, because you know exactly what's important to you. And from the dollars and cents standpoint, you are then start understanding, I'm buying certain things because they fit that character, not just to buy. So think about that. Think about some of the aspects of your character right now that you might be wanting to change. And then think about different things you have in your home. Which things do you still need with that character? Which can you toss? And you'll realize it as you're doing this over a 3, 6, 9 month time span, that when you go to the store, that when you go to like the grocery store or just the store to buy things, you're going to start being like, I used to want to buy that. I don't even want that anymore. Or when your friends start talking about different things, like for me, it's going to sports. Like I just don't care about going to sports anymore or watching sports. And people start talking about it, and I'm like, I used to waste so much money on that. I don't even care because my character doesn't do that anymore. Once you have done the core piece of your character, that first characteristic for 30 days, and then you add the other ones in, that's a massive first step. But the cool part is, as you get really good at it, you can develop multiple characters depending on the scenario that you're in. So maybe you're self-employed and you say, look, if I'm doing social media, I'm this character. When I'm with my employees running a business, I'm this character. When I'm with my family, I'm this character. When I'm with my friends, I'm this character. And you can start having different characters because you're very good at it. And again, this is what I've seen very, very successful people do that I've studied. They do that. And that's why when you say, hey, how do you separate work from family life? You have different characters. So for example, if you ever hear people say, hey, I'm at work and I want to turn it off when I'm around my family, that's an easy way to do it. What's my character when I'm at work versus what is my character when I'm with my family? And it doesn't have to be the same character. And if you can consciously think about that, it'll be easy for you to go from one place to another and separate those characters to be who you need to be when you need to be that person. So character building does not happen overnight. This is something I've been working on this every day for almost 15 years. It takes time and you will get better and better at doing it. Key is focus on one component at a time and focus on the small wins every day. So what's the first step you're going to take in developing your character? But intangible financial freedom is extremely important. So the next thing you should be doing is watching this video next.